Hello ladies and gentlemen, Boltor here, and welcome to another episode of Spellweaver videos. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the tournament decks. This tech came to me from Ashorne, who was actually my first round opponent, and the person who ended up winning the whole thing. So, you know, when you lose to the person who ends up winning the whole thing, you don't feel so bad for losing. Now, this deck is a nature with just the tiniest little splash of wisdom for tempo and card draw. And it's extremely effective. It's relatively cheap. I mean, it does have a couple of rares in it, but you know, no epics or anything. So you know, you start out early game with Elf Scout, well, Warrior, Death Trap. You kind of push into the mid game with Haldiri Rider and the Ancient Trent Fae of Charm combo. You're attacking with both of these creatures, or you have both of these creatures on the board when you're attacking. You lock down two of your opponent's creatures, and you can just like dominate the board once you have both of these in play. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right on into some gameplay here. That didn't take long at all. Alright, Kelthar. We do have the Spark of Initiative, which is a new mechanic in the game right now. It's a lot like the Hearthstone coin, only it doesn't count as a spell. Not the greatest opening hand here, especially against what I'm going to assume is Rage. Ooh, there we go. We needed that Nature Shrine. So Nature Shrine goes out, Elf Scout goes out, we pass play. This deck does play 4 Ambushing Strikes, so trading can be extremely in your favor, so depending on... Let me see here. He plays the 2/2. I can counter with the Elf Warrior. And again, because he played the Ultra Dragons, okay. But that's not going to come or become active for quite a few turns. So I think next we'll just play the Elf Warrior. The advantage of this deck is everything that you play has such high speed that it's really hard for people to block. But I don't know what our opponent is doing. Maybe he went AFK. We'll see. Kelthar Rage deck. Right? That's all we've seen out of him. Yeah, 2 Rage Shrines and a Goblin Fireworker. Okay, what do we draw? We get another Elf Warrior. So we're just going to do this. We're going to play the Elf Warrior, and we're going to attack in for 1. The deck does play Elven Sanctuary, so the elves that you do play, you can buff up. You can, it's like what, +1/+2 for 1 mana. So if we draw that, we'll play it. We'll buff up our Elf Warrior, and we'll trade into, or actually we'll probably buff up our Elf Scout and trade in. I don't know if the servers are being kind of wonky today, or if our opponent's just taken forever. But we'll see. What does our opponent have here? Gibo and Roni? Nope. So he's got a Fireball. So he's playing Dominion as well, so we need to watch for that. I've had quite a bit of success with this deck off camera. Of course, I always have success with decks off camera, don't I? So let's see, what do we draw? Lamp of Zephyr. If we go up to 4 mana, really can't do anything of any value. So actually, you know what? He's just going to Sanctum or Vampiric Touch our Elf Scout, so why don't we swing in for a little bit of extra damage, kind of offset his healing. Next turn we've got the Lightning Elemental, or next turn we can play this for level and play a Lamp of Zephyr, and really get, although we don't really want to do that because he's got the Fireworker. He's still only at 1 level, so we can't use any of his hero abilities. He's got another Fireball for our Elf Warrior. Okay. Let that through. And we draw a Fae of Charms. Let's send back one of the lamps. Get a nature shrine. Alright, I think we gotta go for levels right now. And I don't really want to do this, but because of the because we've got the lamp in hand, and we know he's can kill it just immediately for 1 mana and sacrificing his fireworker. Okay, so now we can sacrifice the Spark of Initiative and play our lamp. So now we've got a Lamp of Zephyr to alright, so he's gonna spend 2 mana to Vampiric Touch that. Okay. So now I feel like we're in a much better position because we've got that lamp. So we're gonna play this for card draw and draw. Ooh, a Jungle Death Trap, that'll be nice. Ready the lamp and attack with the lamp. Now, unless he has a fireball, his 3rd fireball. Good. Okay. Now, this is easily killed by a deck like his. It appears to be kind of aggressive. At least it seems to have early game creatures. So this is easily killed off by something. But hey, it trades 1 for 1. So I'm not really going to complain about that. He must be maybe he's trying to get me to commit. Like maybe he's waiting for me to play extra creatures. But we're not going to do that. We're going to send off the Ancient Trent, get a Nature Shrine. We're going to play... Let's get the Elven Sanctuary ability up. And we're just going to swing in for 8. Again, maybe he has a fireball to kill the Lamp of Zephyr. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Just because he could have his 3rd fireball of the game doesn't mean we don't attack. So, does he have anything? Does he have anything to stop the 8 damage coming his way? The reason I'm not playing anything else is because since he has got the double Dominion, I think he might be waiting on a Cataclysm. You know what I mean? So if I put more creatures down, it's just gonna give him more value out of his Cataclysm. Right now I'm swinging with 8 damage. He's got to deal with this, and he's got to deal with the lamp. So while I could be pushing through more damage, I don't want to overcommit and get wrecked by a Cataclysm. Although 3, would I have had lethal? No, there's no way I would have had lethal. Alrighty, so we're just gonna pass play again. No reason to overcommit. There's a Karthos, but we win. How do we win? Well, you'll see. We win not because of the Hellrally Rider, which we could Hellrally Rider and then buff it up with native soil and then swing for 8. But how do we win? Well, we win by doing this. Fae of Charms. Ready the lamp, attack, declare our final attack. Ooh, Fae of Charms. How convenient. There's 8 damage. You see what I mean? Fae of Charms is ridiculous. That just won us the game. So that was a really good showcase of this deck against what was an interesting deck. It looked kind of like Corruption or Rage, Dominion mid-range. So unfortunately, guys, this has to be kind of a quick video because of other stuff I've got to do. Thursday isn't really one of my recording days, but hey, what are you gonna do? I've got so much. I've got budget decks to do, deck doctors to do, and I really wanted to get these tournament decks kind of spotlighted. So I'm just trying to get out as much as possible, as quick as possible. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. Apparently I'm getting a shout out from someone who does a bunch of video, kind of a YouTube advertising thing. I'll put a link in the description below once I check out the video. But I got a message today saying that they do shout outs, and that's cool. So Again, anything you can do to support me helps support Spellweaver as a game. So anything you can do, guys, I'm greatly appreciated. I'm so thankful to have over 100 subscribers already and still climbing. I gain a number of subscribers every day. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, may the cards rise to meet you and bring good RNG to your enemies' enemies.